OBS? Okay. There. That's not what I want, but I think that's working now. Okay, I think that is working. Please work. Please work. Totally working. There we go. But I don't know how to take the echo off of my voice there. We're just gonna deal. We're just gonna deal at this point. That's okay. Lessons always to be learned. Hi, Mason. Okay, there we go. Hey V, hey, thank you for hanging out. So sorry for being so late. We are doing a new thing with our guest. Our guest didn't do anything. I did something. I figured out all of our streaming stuff, but that's a new element that I haven't done yet, and I was misled to believe that it was easier than what it was. Should have known. Cool. I'm gonna do really quick couple announcements with y'all. And then we're going to jump in. We're going to play a game. My buddy Adam is in here. You can't see him yet because he's not a part of the stream setup. I probably should have done that from the beginning. But he's going to join us for a game. We're going to play a Jackbox game. Fair warning, Mr. Adam Hall, who will be in the game with us, is pretty ferocious. He's pretty good at the Jackbox. Adam, can you play Jackbox while we play Jackbox? Oh, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. We'll get there. Well, actually, why don't we just get to Adam first? We'll talk a little bit, and then we'll just jump on in. Okay, yeah. So I need to see the thing. So many things. Oh, Adam can't hear me. Oh, awesome. Okay. Gotcha. I don't think he can hear me until. How do you get to Jackbox? Easy peasy. Yeah, so you'll just need a phone or a tablet, which you probably already have, and then you can play games with us because you are tagged in on something, so you probably already have something in your hand. I'm gonna put up a screen, and we'll play a game. Let me pull that screen up. We're gonna load Jackbox. There we go. I hope you guys are doing really well. We've got a few things coming up. I'm gonna click this button and get this going. There we go. I didn't realize that I closed out our Jackbox game. Switch back over here really quick. Okay, really quick things. We've got a fun little logo here. I want to talk about some things that are coming up. First and foremost is our winter retreat. So that's coming up at the end of this month, the 23rd through the 25th. I'm working on our packing list. It should go out probably tomorrow, probably even tonight, honestly, because I know I'm going to get bored and I'm going to want to just do a little bit of work. So take a look in your emails. You can find it on Instagram or Facebook. It'll have all of the things that you need. It'll talk about like bringing a toothbrush and don't forget your like something to write with and all of those lovely things that we need. It's really important. I always look forward to that when I was on trips, and then I always make it really easy for people so you can just check. That way when we get out there, you're not going to be sad that you forgot, you know, like your favorite insert whatever thing you like to bring when you travel, Or worse, for years I forgot to bring a towel, and I would always have to like buy a towel or find some other way to like dry off. Like never fun. Or the many camps that Adam and I have gone to, and I forgot to bring coffee, and I'm like ferociously texting like parents as they're bringing their students, like, hey, can you bring me some coffee? I'm gonna die if I don't have any. So yeah, look for that. We also have our link up, so you guys can go ahead and throw in whatever your favorite playlists are. I saw that V jumped on there and added a bunch of songs, which is awesome. That link will just keep getting refreshed until we go, and that way we can listen to music, things that people enjoy. It always makes it fun on the road trip when it's like something interesting. A couple things here. We've got our pancake supper. I was supposed to talk about this last week and I totally forgot. I'm super sorry. But we've got pancake supper coming up this week, February 13th. It is an event that the church is hosting to benefit, I should have known. It's a fish pantry, I think is the name of it. But it benefits people so they can get food and items and things that they need. And so it's pretty cool. It's being hosted by Chris Bauman. He sings the songs on Sunday mornings with his guitar and usually has like a awesome bow tie or something really cool. But he has opened it up for everyone to come. So if your family's going, I know a couple families are already joining. That's awesome. If you are not joining, if you are wanting to join, but you don't know how you might pay the cover charge, there's like a $10 cover charge for pancakes. We have a sponsor as of today. They emailed me to let me know that any youth or any family that's interested in going to the pancake supper, if you want to go, but money is an issue for whatever reason, right? Maybe the dog's having surgery, dog needs a new kidney, that's important, so that takes money away from other things, but you want to take care of the dog, so now you go, I don't know if I can do pancakes. That's okay. They're going to sponsor everybody, so just let me know. You can text me or email me. You can send a carrier pigeon, whatever is most comfortable to you. You can totally send, and they will cover your entry fee, and you're good to hang out, eat some pancakes, be with the church and with the fam and all that jazz. It should be a lot of fun. I'm going to try my best to be there, as long as I don't have to work on my car or somehow put out some kind of crazy fire. I'm going to be there to hang out, eat pancakes, and talk with y'all. Yeah, so there's that. And then the last one is next week. Mr. Adam Hall is probably really familiar with this. We have Heart Night next week. It is Valentine's Day. I've done this since I was in youth group. Every youth group I've ever been a part of or led, I've always done a Heart Night. It's a really easy night. I know we've never done it in our youth group, but it's something I'm super fond of. Oi, let go. I've got a bunch of these even just hanging around me. There's like another one somewhere over here, sorry. But we make these hearts, and I've kept every one I've ever had. So we're gonna make a bunch of hearts. I'll get in a little more detail about it, but if you are thinking about maybe skipping that night or something, don't. Normally I'm like, hey, if you're gonna be there, it's cool. If you're not, it's cool. But if you're gonna hang out, or thinking about maybe not hanging out for something, I would really suggest coming and hang out. Make some hearts, hang out. We'll have food and stuff, obviously, like we normally do. But these things are incredibly powerful. They've more than once really saved me from feeling blue and down. They're keepsakes. And I'll explain more on that evening, but yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a Heart Night. It's super, super fun. Obviously, they're important enough where I, like, adorn, where I hang out and, like, do work. They're all just right here, so they're a big deal. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the rest of it because I kind of had trouble in the beginning there. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do this out of order. I kind of want to talk with Adam a little bit. We'll do Jesus-y stuff, and then we'll play a game at the end, just in case people jump in. Adam says Heart Night is... it's true. It's true. I think Adam and I made like 50 hearts one evening. We had to like write out names, and we did all of this. It was a lot of fun hanging out with him, making hearts for everybody. So let's talk with Adam a little bit, and we'll do games at the end. We're going to do it backwards tonight, so that way we can make time. And if people want to join in and play a game later on, we give them a little bit of time too. So there we go. That works. Or at least it should be working. Adam, can you hear me? Don't know if he can hear me. There we go. Oh, maybe I can't hear him is the thing. Turn this on really quickly. There we go. Say hi again for me. Oh, we can't hear. Oh, there we go. I can totally hear you. There we go. That worked. I can 100% hear you, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, yep. I can hear you. Hi. But you can't hear me? Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, can you? Let's see here. Can you no longer hear me? You can hear me now when it's like that. Okay. But you can't hear me when I'm in streaming mode. Is that what it is? Let's refresh this. There we go. Okay. Well,
we do me a favor. I kind of introduced you a little bit. There's a little bit of a delay there. That's what it is. Can you introduce yourself to my youth group a little bit? Just chit-chatting about yourself. I kind of talked about your early days as a teen, doing some modeling and stuff. And I also talked about you might have been in a few TVs and movies. But you've moved on since then. You've done theology and all that jazz. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure why that's not working there.
I can hear Adam.
I think it's the delay. And maybe it's because of the OBS system. Might have to do this another time. I don't want to do that unnecessarily, but I can't think of. It's not the win. Shoot. All right. I say I might have to do this another time. I want to play a game with you guys, and I want to talk about Jesus and things. But I can always. The nice thing is Adam also lives here. I can always just invite him to hang out with us. Let's play a game. All right. So we'll do that. We'll play a game, and then I might circle back to this and see if I can work this out.
So let's do this. I think maybe I'm just running too many things at the same time. Yeah. So let me pull you guys up. I want to make sure this works out. Oh, perfect. Okay, so you can totally see my screen, which is great, but you can't see all of it, which is not great. Wow, I am really messing this up tonight. I did not mean to do that, guys. Oh, perfect. Okay, so you can totally see my screen, which is great, but you can't see all of it, which is not great. I'm really messing this up tonight. I did not mean to do that, guys. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure why it's not showing my whole screen. I've got one more idea. Yeah. Okay, I can fix some things. There we go. I can 100% fix that. Okay. Everything's up and running. We're going to play this Jackbox game together. So all you're going to do from your TV, or sorry, from your phone or from your tablet, is you're just going to go to jackbox.tv in your URL, and you're just going to punch in that 4-letter code, the IJQI. Okay. Everything's up and running. We're going to play this Jackbox game together. So all you're going to do from your TV, or sorry, from your phone or from your tablet, is you're just going to go to jackbox.tv in your URL, and you're just going to punch in that 4-letter code, IJQI. There we go. I've got Carter, I've got Mason, I've got me. Oh, it's sorry, V. It's showing my. You can hear me through my my phone. It's coming through my mic. My bad. Okay. I think that is our crew that's in here. Adam, if you're still here, you're more than welcome to join us. If not, no worries. All right, let's play a little bit of Jackbox. Shake off some of that not fun that I brought. Yeah. There we go. I need to animate a picture of myself. Let's go. A little beanie, and a smile, and a beard, and a body. All right. We got people still drawing. That's okay. Carter, you were first in. Sorry, I should have been first in. But Carter, you can start the game when you're ready. I think V's still drawing a little bit, so if you give her a second. I wonder if I can switch that. Yep, you start. There we go. V's in. So whenever you're ready, go for it, Carter. Sorry, didn't mean to put the pressure on you there. We've got. I should have been the first one to log in there, but it's all you, homie. Nice. Hold on a second. Hold on. Jeez Louise. This is a good way for me to. Is that all on? Yeah. Sorry, guys. There we go. I think we can be appropriate about this. Okay. I think that's me. Okay. Yep. Okay. We're gonna test this out. I definitely put on family friendly mode, so we'll see how this turns out. Uh, oh, I think we lost V. Oh no. Oh no, we're good. Nice. I think that's a gigantic corgi, which might make Adam pretty happy. Right. Carter, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm a terrible drawer. I panicked. I didn't know how to draw that. Absolutely panicked. Oh. I'm so sorry. I will no longer breathe. This is my breathing in frustration. What? No! I'm not supposed to... Oh, I don't feel good about that. No. Uh, Mason, I'm gonna give you the win. I can't win my own game. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Okay, we can try out another Jackbox game soon. Here, we're gonna close out. Okay, there we go. I think we only have time for one game. Okay.
There we go. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna turn this off too. There we go. So that's our game. Awesome. We can play more Jackbox games in the future. Yeah, you guys are really good drawers. Mason had the. If you're asking why Mason won, so I'm pretty sure I read that right. Mason had the second highest points in the game. And then, yeah, we can award him those points. But I don't want to keep us on here. That was like 20-ish minutes for us to play. I would have picked a quicker game. I thought that we probably would have more people tonight, but that's okay. Thank you so much, Mason, for, all of those great drawings. V, I think yours at the end there was my favorite. I was trying not to laugh because I know you guys can hear me through the mic. I gotta figure out why there's an echo there. Oh, I guess it helps if the mic is near me. Yeah. Once again, I'm doing this with half the equipment at the church. I don't really have an excuse other than my car is not working, sadly. But yeah, let's see if I can maybe share my screen with y'all like I did with the game.
If I share it and I pull up... Oh, did I end this meeting? Oh, I did end this meeting. Darn. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to make sure to have Adam on another time.
There we go. Yeah, super sad. I think it probably ended because the time ran out on it. V, you're awesome. No, you're great. Mason, you won a gift card of your choosing. So I think there's a bunch of Freddy's, and I still have some Sonic, and there's always Starbucks cards. And I might stop and try to grab some different ones, like a Wendy's or something, before we hang out. But find me on Sunday, and we will. You can pick out your gift card of your choice and all of that jazz. Adam, if you're still around, thanks for hanging out and playing the game with us. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's like glitching on us. I thought I had it there. But I'll make sure to bring him around another time. Easily one of the best people that I know. And he can honestly recap the Beatitudes at any moment. It's just dependent on his schedule if he's working or not, but we'll find something else there. We only have a little bit of time left. I do want to talk a little bit about the Beatitudes with you guys. I would always... Oops, sorry.
Nope.
Come on there. There we go. I would always be remiss if we didn't talk about Jesus while we were there. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm so sorry, guy. Can I get an eShop for the Switch? Oh, as a gift card. Yeah, why not? Yeah. I guess, you know what? I'm foolish. I guess I never asked what prices you guys wanted to do. I love that idea. Yeah, let me try to figure out if I can do that. I'm sure there's some way to do that. But 100%. And if not, I can probably figure out a digital card, too. So Sunday. I'll have that. I'll figure that out. I love that. Thanks for asking. I love when people ask. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay. I don't have my other screen because it's all fizzled out. Maybe it's not. Maybe I can do this. And it works still?
We'll close that out there. And Is my camera going to be frozen? No.
Okay. There we go. And then. There we go. That should work. All right. Okay. There we are. Awesome, Mason. Hope you have a great time at practice. Thank you so much, my guy, for hanging out with us. Get all of those goals. Yeah. I'm excited for you, my dude. Perfect. We're going to talk a little bit about kind of where we are. So we're going through the Beatitudes. And we've got... There we go. I'm going to do a really quick review and kind of breakdown. So we started out with Blessed are those who are poor in spirit. We talked a little bit last week about this. And so I kind of want to review it just a little bit. I'll go through it really quickly and we'll get to our newest Beatitude. I think every week if you kind of like create that imagery of what the Beatitudes mean for us, it kind of helps us understand what that next step is. So blessed are those who are poor in spirit is the kind of the foundation that Jesus is laying when we're talking about the sermon that he's giving in the book of Matthew. It starts at Matthew chapter 5, verse 7, verse 4. And so, in the very beginning, he's talking about blessed are those who are poor in spirit, for they will receive the kingdom of God. And the idea, right, is like that, again, we think about ourselves. We're thinking about who we are as people, about the good and the bad, where we're growing in Christ. And the whole idea to start there is to see that we have faults, that we're imperfect, that we're people that need understanding of others, and that we have a God who understands us where we are in this moment, both as an imperfect person and a person that is needing Him. And so once we kind of start there and we have this poor in spirit nature, this understanding that we are imperfect people, we are beautiful in the eyes of Christ, we are beautiful in the eyes of God, but that we are still growing, we are still learning. It's kind of like if you hang out with maybe you have a little cousin, or you like have a young neighbor, or if you work with little kids, you can see that they have most of the time they have the best of intentions. They want to do good. They don't want to be kind of little bratty people most of the time. And you can see them struggling. Sometimes they make mistakes, sometimes they stumble and they fall, and you're right there to give them love and kindness and attention and direction, and you see them as a person that makes mistakes but is growing still. And then in the eyes of God, we are still people like that. We are very much still like children who are learning and growing, and it's left up to us in our spiritual maturity to see in ourselves where we are learning, where we are growing, where we can do better. And in relation to what we see about ourselves, we can see that in other people, where they are learning and growing, but still beautiful, still loved and valued by God. Blessed are those who are poor in spirit. That's like our foundation. It's like the very beginning. And then from there we get into those who, blessed are those who mourn. Remember we talk about how mourning is usually related to kind of death, but this is more related to blessed are those who mourn in the sense that we can feel the gravity, the weightiness of that need for change and for growth, that weightiness of our kind of mistakes and our shortcomings as people, both our own shortcomings, but also the shortcomings of the world, kind of how sin works through us and through everybody. We can feel the mourning nature of the need for a God. We can feel the mourning nature of us struggling to be better people, of us always making mistakes because we are imperfect. And it just makes it so much more deeper to understand where we are as a people, as humans, where we're working as best we can, but we're also hindered by something, that thing being sin. And so we're mourning in the idea of that imperfection, of that hurt that we feel, that weightiness that we feel. And then we're also looking at other people. We see the weight upon them. We see them stumbling and hurting. We just take it that much further, and we carry that spirit with us, that mournful spirit. Can I help them? Can I help myself? How do I do that? Oh, it's God. And we keep that connection going with Him, and we spread that connection from ourselves and other people. And then from there, we break into... Do I not have any more of these? I guess I don't have any more of these. Sorry, I was working with my thing. We get into blessed are those who are meek. And the idea is meekness is this idea that if you have strengths and abilities and powers, if you have talents and gifts about you, and I promise you that you do, whether you're a great drawer, or maybe you're really good at sports, or maybe you're really good at school, or maybe you have a mindfulness for tech and for gadgets and gizmos and things. There are a million different strengths and talents, and because of that, there are a million different advantages that you can have as a person. Not just actual strength, but it could be anything. Money. It could be your knowledge. It could be your ability to love. It could be your ability to see things that other people don't, or to be kind of sneaky or manipulative, which sounds like a bad thing, but sometimes it can be a good thing. It could be anything. Anything that you're naturally good at is a strength. And so meek people are people that recognize that strength in themselves, and they use that not to hurt other people, but to benefit other people. And conversationally, it happens where, relationally, it happens where you can see it in other people, where maybe like the physical attributes are some of the easier ones to pick out because you're just usually so apparent. If you're a gigantic person with rippling muscles and you choose not to squeeze people into a tiny little grapefruit-shaped box, juice box or something with people, then obviously you're being meek. You're not using your great strength to hurt other people. And instead, you're using that strength to benefit other people. So maybe there's somebody that needs their books carried in school, or maybe there's somebody that needs that extra strength to move somebody's furniture in. It could be a million endless different things. But meekness is related to understanding your strength and then using it for the benefit of others. But that relationship that you have with other people helps them recognize that in and of themselves. So there's a place in our life where we all struggle, where we can be better at. But I promise you there's a place in your life where you excel at. There's something that God created in you. The person that you are has great strengths and great talents. And all of us are still learning and growing, so maybe those talents aren't as prevalent. Maybe you don't know them as well as you might right now, or maybe you are aware of the talent that you have right now, and it's still growing. It will continue to grow your whole life. We want to be people that recognize those talents that God has given us, those strengths that God has given us, and that we use that for the benefit of others. And in our relationship, people see Christ in that action. We'll see why that's really important here in this next one. So again, we're in Matthew chapter 5. And so after meekness, we get blessed are those who hunger and thirst for, blessed are those who are merciful. And so mercy is probably one of the easier ones to understand. Mercy is this idea that we give grace to people, that we care about them, and we see where they are. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing this backwards. Blessed are those. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. The idea in hungering and thirsting for righteousness isn't hungering and thirsting for the righteousness that we have as people. It's about hungering and thirsting for righteousness that God has in His life. And so those are two different things. Sometimes they can look the same, but one is never the other. Even if we're trying our best, our understanding of righteousness is never God's understanding of righteousness. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but the idea is that His understanding of righteousness is perfect. He has a perfect understanding of righteousness. We are imperfect people. We are not capable of perfection. It's only Christ through us that gives us that relationship to God. It's not because we are perfect. And so this idea of everything that we do is kind of broken in some way. Even if you have a great strength and talent, it is still not a perfect strength or talent. Those only lie in Christ and in God. So our understanding of righteousness is also imperfect. It might get close, and it might kind of be something that God asked us to do, but it'll still be limited by our limitations as humans. So all that to say, sometimes we get close. A lot of times we are further away from it, and a lot of times we're way off base. And the example that we kind of talked about last week is when Jesus is dying on the cross. There are two men on either side of him. One is a thief, and the other one is a murderer. And by most human standards, we would say that the murderer is undeserving of anything good. That they made mistakes in their life, and a lot of times in our own American culture, we throw people into prisons, we lock them up, we throw away the key, and we just let people rot away. That's their punishment. But God's understanding of righteousness, His understanding of judgment, again, is different than our own. And so the murderous man on the right of Jesus believed in Him, cared about Him in some way. And, there's not a lot of time for them to have that discussion, but there was something in him that believed in Him enough for him to say, I believe who you say you are. And Jesus tells him, today you will be in paradise with me. There are so many examples of people in the Bible that culturally people said they are unworthy, they are unclean, they are, terrible people. Insert something that makes them not good or worthy of good things. Like humans have said no to them, but Jesus and God will say yes to them. Pretty much all of Jesus' friends fit that description. They are terrible at something, they are unworthy or unvalued by other people, and Jesus says, you can come be my friend. There's just so many countless stories. I would say that Jesus has never met a perfect person, and even by cultural human standards, He yells at the people that we think are good. So, for example, the pastors and the religious leaders of their day, Jesus, they are renowned and they are loved and they are thought as those are the people we should follow. And Jesus' interactions with those religious leaders, with the pastors and the religious leaders of his day, his interactions are for him to berate them, for him to yell at them, and to tell them that they're not doing a good job. If anything, they're corrupting their positions, they're corrupting their power, they're not being unique, they're taking advantage of other people, and Jesus is telling them, I don't like that, don't do that. And so we can see where God's understanding of righteousness and our understandings of righteousness are two completely different things, where we might value this group of people as humans, and we think we should value them. Jesus sees them for what they are and tells them that they shouldn't be doing those things. He sees their hearts in a way that we can't. So we try really hard to keep leaning in this direction, to try to think more like Christ, to think more like God. And so then we hunger and thirst for righteousness, not our own righteousness, but His righteousness. Which is, again, different. But I would rather lean into what Jesus has for us. I would rather lean into what God has for us and be more like that than to maybe lean the other way and try to, punish people that maybe Jesus would lend a caring and loving hand to. That's really hard to do. It's a very difficult. All of these things that we're talking about are very, very difficult to do. They take a very long time to learn and to grow. I'm still learning and growing in these. I come back to these all the time. It's a lifelong journey in all of these things. And as you grow in one area, like if you grow in this area, thirsting and hungering for righteousness, you get into the next one, which is blessed are those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. You can see if you are leaning towards maybe more human standards, like the murderous man next to Jesus, it's really easy for us to want to kill him. As a matter of fact, he's on the cross next to Jesus because those people are killing him. They're saying that he needs to die for his actions. And Jesus is saying, I'm going to bring you into heaven, that you are understanding, you are willing to put your faith in me, and I will bring you into heaven. He's not preventing him from dying. He's not preventing him from man's law happening to him. But Jesus is still showing him great love and understanding and grace and favor. And so he's bringing him to heaven with him as they're both dying that day. And he does that so many times with so many other people. We talked about the man at the beautiful gate, that most people thought that he wasn't worthy of anything, and so he had to beg for money just to survive. And so again, Jesus' disciples heal him, they give him restoration, they restore him back to community, they give him back his ability to live life in a way that he's never done before, and in that he praises the name of Christ, and there's that difference, that different thinking that's there, that instead of looking down upon him, instead of looking down and thinking he's not even human. We kind of do that a lot with people that are struggling, people that are homeless. We tend to look away, or we don't think of them as kind of our equals, but instead we turn away from them. And what we should do is we should turn back. We should care and love them, and try to be there for them as much as we can. And it's like that in lots of different scenarios in Jesus' life and in our own. Like Jesus befriended thieves, people that stole money, people that took taxes, people that brought hardships upon other people, that literally robbed them of their ability to care for their families. These are people that today we would think are terrible, horrible people, and their actions are not great. But what Jesus sees in them are people that are broken. It goes all the way back to blessed are those who are poor in spirit. Jesus sees in them a person that is broken, and he cares about them, shows them grace, he listens to them, and he also tells them the truth in lots of scenarios. So, I see what you're doing with your life. I do love you, and I care for you immensely, but maybe think about not doing those things. Maybe dig a little deeper, try a little harder, be the person that you deep down would want yourself to be. And he encourages people to try not to sin anymore. He encourages people to try to grow, but it's that initial step of, I see you, I see who you are, you're valuable, I love you, instead of berating you, instead of trying to hurt you, instead of trying to make your world worse. I'm going to tell you that I care about you and show you that grace and that kindness that maybe other people aren't willing to do. And you would be amazed at how many people are willing to transform their lives because somebody takes that first step to show them love and favor and understanding and kindness. I'm sure you've probably had some experiences like that with people in school that might have been struggling, or people that tend to be maybe a little more aggressive or bully or hurtful. If you just take the time to kind of stop and listen and hear their heart, it's amazing how many people have such a positive reaction to that, because they don't get that a lot. And it's something that we all need deep in ourselves to be understood and to be loved. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to mercy, right? We hunger and thirst for the righteousness of God, where we might give mercy normally to people that society would say, let's be kind to them because they're struggling. We would also include, if we're thinking the way that God is thinking, everybody. And that's a big list, but that's the way that he views all of us, that he cares about everybody. Which is how that man on that cross next to Jesus dying got into heaven too, is that he sees us as all broken. He doesn't just categorize this group of people gets mercy, this group of people does not. He sees us all as one category and gives us grace and mercy to all of us. And it's easy for him to do that because he's a perfect, loving being. We are not perfect, loving beings. We struggle. We're flesh and bone. We get hurt. We get angry. We have selfishness. We have our own personal desires. So we want to make sure that people are getting payback, or people are getting their comeuppance. If they hurt me, I'm going to hurt them. If you take from me, I'm going to take from you. And we're just kind of built like that. We're very reactionary, and instead of being like that, if we can go back through all of those steps remembering I need a God. I'm working through my life. I have strengths and talents. I'm not going to lord that over people. Instead, I'm going to use that for other people. I see how other people are struggling just like I'm struggling. I'm just like them. And then hunger and thirsting for the righteousness of God, and then when we get to those steps, we're able to give people mercy in a way that other people might not do. And those are the things that you can see when you see spiritually mature Christians. And I say spiritually mature, I don't mean like an age. You can be 8 or you can be 80. And you might not be a spiritually mature Christian. I've seen 8-year-olds that are very spiritually mature, and I've seen 80-year-olds that are not spiritually mature, and vice versa. It's how you invest your time. It's how you invest what you're doing with your life in these kind of steps that we're talking about now, and many other things. You could go your whole life and read the Beatitudes, but if you never invest in thinking about, blessed are those who are poor in spirit, blessed are those who are meek, blessed are those who are more, blessed are those who are merciful, or seeking the righteousness and give mercy. If we never apply ourselves to those things, we just won't grow as Christians. And so you could be 80 and maybe even know the verses, but your heart isn't becoming more and more aligned with the way that God's is. So those are kind of all of where we're at. We're going to talk about blessed are those who are pure in heart next week. And maybe I might invite Adam. We'll see what he's up to. It might be kind of fun to do a heart night with him again. I'm sure he would love a heart. I don't know. I don't think that might not be the best week. But we're going to talk about hearts. We're going to talk about growing in the Beatitudes further. I know this is kind of a lot. We kind of jumped really far and deep into something. And there's many Beatitudes that just kind of keeps getting deeper and deeper. This will be my last sermon series with you guys. Instead, we've got a few more of these. We've got 4 more of these to talk about. But instead, what I'd like to do is I would like to talk about some different programs, some kind of self-teaching programs. And with so many of the things that we're doing in the church right now in our youth group, I want to give you guys the tools and give you guys the equipment and the physical things of lights and all of that jazz, so you can run your own youth group. I won't be here forever. I'll either move on, or I'll get old and die, and maybe I'm here 60 years, but none of us are forever. And so what I'd love to do with y'all is just to give you all the tools and the resources so that way you guys can manage and run your own youth group. And I get to facilitate. I get to help in all of that. I'm still be there and still be available. I don't plan on going anywhere. But the next sermon series after this will be something that you guys pick. We'll find a program together and we can talk about it more in depth. But I would love to see you guys lead some of these conversations. And I do love talking about theology with you all. I do love talking about Jesus with you all and what he has for us in our lives. But I would really be interested to see where you guys are at, what Jesus is saying to you in your lives, where you're wanting to move and to learn and to grow. That stuff is way more interesting to me than anything I would ever have to say. And if you want me to dive deep on something that we're talking about in the moment, I'm happy to go into that. But I would be really happy to give you guys all of the strength and the power for you guys to be leaders in your own lives, in your own spiritual journeys. I think that's way more important, and will probably help you grow as a Christian more than just me talking about some of these things. Anyway. Cool. We started late. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep working on this. I really want to figure this part out. This might be the one thing I kind of keep championing on my own. I do think that there's something here that can help us. I just gotta figure out these little quirks here. I'm so sorry. I also have a better mic. I don't know why I used this mic tonight. I have like a $300 podcasting mic, and I feel so dumb that I use this little pop mic. My bad. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I love you guys. I love your faces. I'm gonna pray and let us go, and I will see you guys Sunday.
Father, thank you so much for allowing us to be a youth group. I know we're all separated, we're in our own homes, and we're far away from one another. Lord, I pray that you would continue to build this part of our youth group. I truly do believe that you are working through tech, whether that's Zoom or Instagram or socials or things like VR and all of these new things. I truly do believe that you are working in the connections that we're making with one another, and I pray that I can continue to be your servant in that, to try to find new connective ways for us to grow, to talk about you, to share our lives, to be spiritual champions of the things that you want for us in our lives. Lord, I pray that you would be with my youth. I know that they are safe at home, except for maybe Mason. I pray that you would still be with them, that you would look over them and care for them, that you would provide protection for them tonight as they rest. Will you please give them deep slumber? Will you provide them with energy and rejuvenation, that they would wake up tomorrow and that they would have something good to share with the people around them, that they would see these Beatitudes working in their heart, that you would make it known to them that every moment we have with people, every conversation that we have, that they are inspired to share you in their own unique and powerful ways. Lord, thank you for the amazing things that you're doing in these families, in these youth, in this church, and in this city. Lord, I pray that we would be people that can see that and recognize those things and those efforts, and that we would celebrate them in song, in action, in conversation, in our own unique ways, Lord. Thank you for everything that you're doing and everything you continue to do in our lives. We say together, amen. Hey, I love you guys. If you want that pancake thing, if you know, if the dog's having surgery and money's going in that direction, if you want to go and hang out and just eat a bunch of pancakes and be with people from the church, please just let me know. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. You can text me. You can send me an email. You can send a carrier pigeon. Whatever is the easiest way for you to reach out to me, please by all means do. And you can go and just eat a bunch of pancakes and hang out with us. If you're going with your family and money isn't the other issue or whatever, that's awesome too, and I hope I get to see you there. You guys get to hang out, just be a church family. That stuff is really, really important. No matter what we're doing, I always want to make a way for you guys to go. And even cooler than that, it's amazing that we have people in our church that just like today will randomly text me, or I guess they sent me an email, and they'll just say, hey, I want to help support anybody that wants to go and be a part of this stuff. So there are people in our church that deeply, deeply, deeply care about you, about the things that you're doing in your life, about your spiritual well-being, and so they're going to invest money and time, and they want nothing back. I love that. They just said in their email flat out, I don't want any recognition. I just want to make sure that I'm going to support those youth. So it's like, it's incredibly moving. If I think about it too much, I'll cry. That's how really cool it is that people are willing to give that much of themselves over to you all. So be blessed, be loved, know that people really care for you deeply, deeply, and that we want the best for you all. Hopefully I get to see you guys soon. I know Sunday's coming up, but I don't always get to run to everybody. We're going to have that thing coming out, so go ahead and look for the checklist and getting ready for camp and all that jazz. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna work on some of this stuff. I hate failing. I hate failing. But the best thing about failing is that you know where you went wrong and you can keep improving. So yeah, we're gonna do this. And then maybe we'll just play some random Jackbox games or something. I want to figure out a better way to do that too. I've never had to stream that before, so that's a new one. Anyway, I love your faces. I will see you soon. Be awesome. Be blessed.